It is
I'm so ashamed. And I actually thought that I was right. Mm. I actually thought I was.
We're gonna go over that. My birthday coming soon, so we
We,
gonna let that slide
I
over.
probably need to start keeping a calendar around me like at all times.
Look, your
because,
phone
girl,
that
that
is
phone.
enough. Your phone.
They say those things have too much impact on our lives, and obviously it's not for me remembering things.
It does.
So I'm gonna do better.
So what's going on, Queen? We have a special guest.
We do.
What's going on?
Brandon Mickens.
I'm super excited to be on.
Plush Lifestyle Mickens. We have to have it, Brandon.
Remember a team.
Yes, we're gonna as we welcome Brandon to the wonderful ambiance of Shelby's World that Candace has set up for us in her beautiful shop, J2 Couture.
But y'all will hear about that.
Yeah. But as we get today started, we want to just say we give a warm, wonderful welcome to our brother Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
This is our king, y'all. His birthday tomorrow too. He is a Pisces. Love them.
Happy early birthday, bro.
Yeah.
39 years on this earth, so you feeling?
Yes, you feeling yourself?
I'm feeling good.
That's good.
I'm feeling good.
That's good.
Yo, let's rock and roll. Yeah.
Well, as we always start our show with positive things, and it is Black History Month, so it ain't nothing more positive than being black. All black. 365, but we went 29 days this month. Yeah, we went 29 days, but I put up a special request on my Facebook saying that we give us another month.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I said the whole year.
Well, they played around this month, so we're gonna that next
So
month.
it's of the calendar for Black History, but that's another calendar.
Yeah.
And then for that, to have a short month and then turn around and it'll be so much foolery. We've lost a great one this month, and a lot of other people went down during that tragedy as well. So we never want to forget about that. Always keep those people in our prayers and our thoughts.
Yes.
And keep spreading power messages like the Mama did. We're gonna do that. So on a positive note, our fact of the day: Mr. John Mercer Langston was the first black man to become a lawyer when he passed the bar in Ohio in 1854, and in 1855 became one of the first blacks ever elected to public office in America. He was the great uncle of Mr. Langston Hughes, the same poet. Did y'all know who Mr. Mercer was? I had no idea until today. We got some great people out there.
Yeah.
That is. And to be the first black man to become a lawyer. Oh my God, y'all. That's amazing.
And Langston, he was a part of Langston Hughes.
Part of their legacy. So I talk about legacies all the time. Like when you die, what are you leaving?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That
And
part.
that's
You
a
wanna make
legacy.
an impact.
That's a legacy.
You
That's
wanna
an
make an
impact.
impact.
So our quote of the day is: "It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men." And that's Frederick Douglass. And that's my favorite quote.
That's real though. I like that quote.
Yeah.
I really like that.
I think it's way, way more powerful than we give the power of it to. If we start embellishing that a little more, we'll start really taking mental health serious.
Right.
We'll start taking cries out for help serious once people start being serious about building strong children.
Mentorship, this all of that, and I actually understand that quote because we have a lot of knowledge to give out a lot of adults, but they don't want to hear it. So it's like, okay, your time is on. Let's go ahead and give this knowledge, this game, this wisdom to the youth, so that they don't make the mistakes that we might have made, their parents made, moving on as they grow up. So that right there spoke volumes to me.
That's indeed. And Queen, while we getting ready to start on our show, can you go on your email real quick since you don't got your phone turned on today? That's gonna be you're gonna be a resource today, Queen. And I'm telling you, that's why I'm telling you in advance. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with our topic. But the advanced notion is for you to go ahead and put that up so we can get some of the interview questions for Mr. B. Mickens today, Mr. Plush Lifestyle himself. And he over here sitting nervous, y'all. We're gonna get him unnerved.
Don't be nervous.
Because we don't have a reason. This is family. is a family-oriented environment.
Right.
You know.
And I'm amongst friends.
That's
so
right. That's right.
Family.
Come on now. Come on.
So, let's go ahead and do this. Make this special.
So what y'all think about that quote though? What stands out beyond? Because Brandon, you said that you could feel that more, and of course you are a man here amongst two women. So what about that quote makes you have a connection to it?
Because a lot of times, as kids, kids deal with a lot. I know I deal with a lot. Bullying, picking, being picked on, just trying to find yourself, especially when you're a young teen. So that quote spoke volumes to me simply because you want to raise strong kids. You want them to know that regardless of what's going on, that you're strong and that you can do anything. And a lot of times that starts within the mind, and once it's in the mind, then it kind of illuminates in action and results, confidence. And so, it's important to make sure that your kids are mentally strong, they're healthy, they're physically strong, spiritually strong, educational wise, that, they're strong and they're putting out the right information and receiving the right information. I think today we're getting a lot of information and a lot of it's not good. It's not good. So I think it's important that we kind of monitor the stuff that we bring into our kids, teach them about themselves, teach them about their history, so that they know there's nothing inferior about them.
That was well said. That was, oh my. That's even for y'all. That's what they have another perspective.
I can download it.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Shelby. But B just said drop some real jewels. So good stuff. That is a good about bringing a black male's perspective onto the show as well, because we get to hear what the side of it from a black male's perspective, but also knowing that we're not the only ones that feel the way we feel about these things. It could be community. More people feel the same way.
I think it's imperative for the black community, especially when we're talking about young black males. We are taught to be tough. We're taught to be strong, but at the same time, you have to have a balance with that. You have to show levels of sympathy and empathy.
That's right.
I believe a lot of times we push masculinity so much that the ego gets into play that you don't know how to fall on that level of sympathy. And I think being strong, included being strong, is also being able to be empathetic, being able to be accountable, being able to say, I apologize when I'm wrong. To me, that's one of the most valuable things that you can show with your kids when it comes to strength.
Yeah.
Discipline, accountability.
Oh my God. Now that's well said. We definitely think that strong has more to do with power than it has to do with just being a human being in itself. So that one, appreciate that. Queen, what you think about that quote?
I like that quote. It speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. It really does speak volumes. Like I always say, we can move better in now.
And raising a young black man yourself, how does that, ascertain to your situation?
My situation, my situation is a little bit different. Probably not different than others, but I have a lot of help because I do believe that it takes a village to raise kids. And I have my parents, I have his dad's parents, his dad, my husband. Like we have a lot of help, so that helps a lot too. And it's the men that's really taking that initiative. Like my stepdad, he just come get my son. They might just get the movie. That's them hanging out together. So I think it takes a village. One of my biggest things that I don't like is when the mother always speaks bad of the father. I truly have
that breaks a child
down
as well.
It breaks that child down. So that quote is everything. That quote is everything. But all of us, we as parents, as friends, all of us got to stick together. We got to raise these kids together. Neighbors, all of that. Like we got to look out for these kids as a whole community. Just not me looking out for my child because that's my child. I'm gonna worry about this next child that stay next door.
Exactly.
Like, it's a lot of single parents.
Right.
No matter if it's the mother being a single mother or the father being a single parent. Cause there's a lot of fathers that are single parents too. Now that people
It is.
don't really, give them the credit for what they doing. A black man raising kids, and not just raising a young black man, raising a young black girl as a male, raising that.
Right.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
But
That's a
people
lot.
when they walk in their everyday lives, being a parent and doing the things that it's they ain't looking for credit from nobody. So when
I don't
as
want
far
the
as
credit.
exactly, so as far as these black men not receiving the credit publicly, they getting it from the person who needs to give it to them the most, and that's the child, because that's who's benefiting from it. And the quote, I like the quote for one because building up a strong child is way, just like it says, it's way easier than trying to repair a broken man. People don't realize that, and we parents, a lot of us, even as just black people in general, because we're raised on, most of us were raised on survival.
Yeah.
So with that being said, that we don't take a whole lot of accountability for the things that we allow our children to see, allow our children to hear, even allow our children to physically be what they develop their developmental skills. We don't play the part in the lives for them that we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So if we, like, at this point and at this time in my life, I can honestly say that my children are not being raised on survival. I'm honest with that. Like, I don't have a problem with saying it. I'm happy to be able to be that parent that can say that you're supposed to have a healthy upbringing. You're supposed to have a healthy childhood. You're supposed to have nights where you don't have sleepless nights. You're supposed to be a healthy person.
They don't have to be worried about the adult issues that
exactly.
are going on in the house.
And if my children are being raised on survival, that's exactly what they're going to be worried about. They're the cries from the other room when they hear their mommy crying because things aren't going well, or if they're hearing abusive things going on in the house, or they know that bills due, or the phone just got turned off and the lights coming off, and it's like those things are not what we're implementing in the lives of our children now, which is wonderful. Right. However, building them on love and building them up on strength and building them up on knowing who they are is just as important than building them up on survival. So we got to put just as much emphasis on building them up on love and empathy and those things that we did with putting our kids, raising our children on survival. I think this quote definitely, gives us a little bit more understanding of why we're different than how our parents are. Generational curses have to be broken.
Exactly. And I think we look at it now is that we 80s babies. The era that we grew up in was totally different from these children that we are.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, even my mom even says, she was like, look, she told us that she loved us, but it wasn't, look, me and my children, my son get out the car in the morning, Mom, I love you, have a great day, I'll talk to you, I see you when you pick me up. That's something that we just constantly always do. I might just see, like, boy, give me a hug. Like, man, I ain't hugged you all day time. Like, let me get a hug. But I didn't have that. My grandmother gave that, but my mom didn't give that side. But not saying that she loved me. I knew she loved me, but she just. But
she a little bit more different with the grandkids, though.
Different.
That's what I'm saying. But you said your grandmother was different with you because guess what? Your grandmother realized she might have been too hard on your mama. So now we gotta take a little bit of that back and be a little bit more loving to the grandkids. That's most of our parents. It works.
Well, I think a lot of kids, they lack that love and that empathy because I think, like you said, how we were brought up, our parents showed us love. They didn't necessarily tell us to love, but showing us love and saying it matches it up together, and that's what makes the child feel love, and that's what builds the confidence of the child.
Correct.
And I think, and builds the character. And once you know that you've been loved, you've shown it, you've heard it, I think subconsciously that kind of affects you as you get older in some of the decisions that you make. Because a lot of the crime, a lot of things that take place, a lot of issues that a lot of black men do to black women and vice versa is because of stuff that they've seen and because of the lack of love that they were given and shown coming up.
Right.
And so now when you get older, the streets start to mold you, and you start to find habits and ways that come from the street that will come basically from from how you were taught and
Yeah.
raised. So I think that's very important that we like kids that we love them and show them.
And the streets doing a lot more raising these days. Kids run to the streets because of that lack of empathy and lack of love at home. So the saying has always been true that it starts at home.
Yeah.
Everything does. Every single thing starts at home. So we kind of went a little deep on our quote today, y'all. A little long. I like that.
I like that
because it was a little bit more general topic, and it was open for a big discussion because it's a very deep quote. And again, y'all, that's from Frederick Douglass. I'm gonna say what it is again in case some of y'all just tuning in, y'all missed it. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men.
Men already grown, so
yes.
They can't repair, and they got to repair themselves.
So if y'all have any thoughts on that, you can always drop us a line. Let us know what you thought about that. How you feel about that quote, and I would just reach out to us. But we're gonna get started on our topics today. You don't have the questions. I can't get my email, but we're gonna go ahead and roll with what we got.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna freestyle
And with me being set up on live right now, I'm sitting here like, dang, I just did a screenshot and send them the queen. But hey,
all right.
Yes. So our first topic though is Black History Month. This is one of my favorite months of the year beyond my birthday month, which is March. However,
I see.
Black History Month is very exciting. And closing out Black History, I want to ask: are you satisfied this month with us as a culture, and what can be improved upon in our communities based on our history and what we did this month?
We didn't do much. I'm guilty myself because I didn't do much, and I usually post about it, but I've been so busy with my own that I got going on. But that's no excuse. But it's not like it used to be. Like we used to have programs on television and everything talking about Black history, but it is so different. Even in the school system, it's different with the kids and what they're actually learning and stuff. So it's I got to do a little bit better. The culture got to do a little bit better. But I'm speaking for me. I got to.
Yeah, I think it all starts with us. I think we all can improve ourselves a little bit better. Cultural wise, I think that we are the culture. We set the tone. We set the trends. We kind of curb the decisions of the masses. But one thing that I think that we're lacking is really the monetarization of it. We're not monitoring. We're not making money off our culture.
Monetary. Yes.
Monetary.
Yes.
Everybody else is. We are not. I think that's a problem.
Boy, if you ain't say so, just dig it.
When you look at fashion, when you look at music, when you look at politics,
for everything.
If we're not involved, it's not gonna pop.
That's correct.
But at the same time, what are we doing so that individually we're good, collectively as a community we're good, and globally we are recognized and respected.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that moving forward we should focus on. I think people have changed their mindsets and their decisions, but I think we got a long way to go. But I think it can be achieved in our lifetime.
It can. It really can. Even on Netflix, it was a black film guy. He did what's it called They Gotta Have It, and talk about the film industry and the entertainment industry, and that's Robert Townsend, like all these different directors. Man, I didn't even realize how many different directors. I cannot think of the guy that made Juice and all the different movies that he made, but he also helped like lead with Malcolm X. And I was like, wow, like he made this. And just looking at it, I was like, you know what? They right. They got to have it. Like you can't. Look. We are we are true consumers as black people. Like I say, we set the trend. Everything that we doing, somebody want to imitate.
Yeah.
Even from the way that the black women look, people are imitating the way we look. And I look at young girls and I be like, man, how many people going to buy to look just like you? You don't love yourself.
But that's because even though they're engulfed as a culture to be loved by all the other cultures. It's only a monetary value, as Brandon stated, only looking to make money off of us. Even with our wonderful attributes that we bring to the society, you have movie making and rap and entertainment industry. That is a global money making scheme, completely on the back of black people. And I say that more so because in every movie, we're always gonna have heroes and heroes and villains and things of that nature. And the roles that we get a prize for and get accredited for are when we villains. Yeah. But when we're doing these wonderful roles of mockery, when they can mockery, do mockery with us, that's when we get paid good, or we get awards for this or awards for that. But when we're talking about attributes to our community and the things that we're trying to bring, um, show us injustice and things that are hurting us as a people, that gets frowned upon. So you can't really change the narrative of the people who are over the society. We got to change the narrative of us. We got to be the ones that are always looking to salute and highlight the positive of the black community, because if we don't do it, it won't be done. That's just that. Like, it don't matter any other way. And I think a lot of times I sit on Facebook, when I do go on there, when I go on any social network, I sigh more than I laugh. And it's starting to be, that's where I don't even want to go on sometimes. and and I didn't used to think it was gonna be like an issue with social media, because I always think I looked at social media as being like this thing that we can use to monitor, to grow, be wealthy. Use more of our show more of our attributes to produce our wealth. I didn't look at it as a negative thing, but now with so many things kind of torn down in the social media world, it kind of is heartbreaking. Know that even with 29 days in a month, we can find something negative every single day to be negative about our own people, and it's us. And it's us. So if we want anything to change, 'cause I'm kind of disappointed in Black History Month, this must be honest. But if we want anything to change, it has to be on us. We got to take responsibility for it. And I didn't participate as much in it as much as I didn't want to. I didn't see. I said, why? I'm not about to, and regardless of trying to speak to the masses and all of that, I'm not about to feel like every time I go out and want to do something positive and say a positive thing, that it gets over for the next negative thing. And you know what I'm saying? And so
I think that's just law. That's just the law of the universe.
It's the law of gravity. It just seems to be that way. But this month I said I'm not gonna do that. I wanted to, maybe in April I may make that my own Black History Month and do some things that month to push the narrative and change the narrative. Actually falling into the stereotypical things has really short lasted why we do what we do anyway. This month was fought for. Yeah, we got a day first, then it went 2 weeks. Now we got a full month. So it's like just like all the things that our ancestors got to give us, we take those things for granted. So
I think we need a code too. I mean, if we need a code, a set of rules so that we can all abide by, so that when it's time to quote unquote get on code, it's certain things that we're not gonna do to each other. It's certain things that we're gonna do with each other. It's certain things that we're not gonna allow outside people to come in and get in and invade on what we're doing. We need our own political party other than just a Republican and a Democrat, because as you see, if we don't vote, we make a decision. Like, if 18% of the women go vote Republican, that's gonna curve, that's gonna tilt the needle. If some 62%, some 72% of the black people don't vote, then there you go. You left with you left with what you got. So I think it's more important that we make a set of rules collectively that we can stand by, that we can honor,
and put our
that
own
we can
people in
respect,
office.
and put our own people in office, our own system of power, and make the change that we want to see. We wouldn't have to wait for change if we collectively say this is what we're gonna do as a masses. This is how we're gonna move.
Yep.
Anybody that's not with it, you can do what you've been doing on the sideline, eat your popcorn and watch.
And be quiet.
Right.
While you over there eating, just hush.
Yeah, let's set some rules and some standards so that it makes sense for everybody that we can all say collectively we feel like this. Collectively, we're not gonna allow this to go on.
Exactly.
Collectively, we're gonna support our kids in this or support this person in this. Here's their policies. Why? If they're not taking care and looking at the responsibilities that's done in the Black community, we're not gonna
exactly. And we're not gonna support you. We're not uplifting people that ain't doing for our community what they say they do for our community. We got a comment from one of our and it says Black History Month reminds you of just how strong a people we are for the transatlantic slave trade, just how brilliant we are based on our contributions to society. But we can definitely grow. So I thank you.
Thank you.
And he also said happy birthday, Mick. He has been to several of your events. So I do want to go ahead and put that out there. I don't want to be like I'm skipping these comments. Y'all came pretty fast. But we definitely appreciate that, y'all. So but thank you for the comment, Dante. That's very true. We have come a long way.
Yes.
We do have a lot more growing to do. As a people, I do believe that, as Brandon stated, if we start doing things more collectively, but how? It's not, everybody knows that in order to grow as a people and as a nation of people, it has to be a collective thing. But we got to just stop talking about being collective. We got to be collective. And that's what the real building that is what we need to focus on. How do we become collective to get these things done? We don't need we know that our Black children should not be in public school systems at all. We know that. But what are we gonna do to change where they go? Right. We gotta be willing to come together on those topics, sit down and be serious about it. We need a millionaire to come into play and say, I'm willing to invest these dollars. Or also as a community, you know how you donate to your habits every week, you donate to hanging out, you donate to that. Put that money into a pot where we know it's actually working for the people. This thing we can do. But what are we gonna do? So thank you for our topics on that. We're gonna go with my topics and get into our little interview segment. We're gonna start our question and answer segment with Brandon. Yeah, we are so excited to have
I've been seeing you doing some things in life.
Yeah.
Like, I got to cross my legs over here.
I'm ready for this.
You've been doing some things, bro. You got to tell us about
what's popping, B. What's going on? Welcome to 2020.
Yeah.
Welcome
we have seen you.
Yeah.
Right.
Welcome to
you been moving
sometimes
silently,
you have to
that's
move
good.
Good,
I like that. I like that.
So for those that may not know me, my name is Brandon Mickens, CEO and co-founder of Plush Lifestyle. Some of you all may know some of my other colleagues and team members, so I definitely want to give a shout out to them. Also, I am the co-founder of my good friend Tremaine Hughes of 850 Kings 7017, which is actually a non-profit. We actually recently just got 501c certified. So we plan to be doing some big things in the community. And basically what that does is that focuses on 707 football, of course, but we will also be doing college tours. We'll be having
both of y'all back in.
Yeah, we're going to be doing tutoring sessions for the kids during the summer, making sure that they up to date with their studies, making sure that they're preparing for the tests. The kids that, of course, it's a spot where some kids have to pay for uniforms, but we know that some kids can't afford it. So we'll have platforms where they can do volunteer service and it back into monetary dollars to make sure
that's what's up.
Good.
There's a lot of things we got brewing with that. Also, gearing up and preparing for the 2020 affordable and fair housing event that's taking place. And I definitely will be reaching out to you all to help get the word out. Okay. This situation where if you living in lower income apartments or living or whatnot, and you're ready to upgrade, you want to get into getting home ownership, maybe through HUD or whatnot. This is going to be the event for that. It's going to be lenders, it's going to be realtors, it's going to be people from humanities, it's going to be actual people from HUD there, signing people up, trying to get people that are tired of paying rent and want to be first time home buyers. This is going to be the opportunity for them, so that they can put their family in a better situation.
Okay.
And we might start off in apartments, but that's not where we're trying to end.
That's right. That's right.
We building wealth.
Right.
We building wealth.
Right.
We got to build this wealth.
So we're gonna have a youth literacy for all the kids, especially in high school, getting them prepared on how and what you spend your money. Mm-hmm. So that's gonna be sponsored by Prime Meridian Bank.
Okay.
And last year we had like 100 kids. This year we're looking to have like 150 kids.
Wow.
Right. And so they're basically saying, okay, you got a lump sum of money. Are you gonna go buy this Mercedes Benz, or are you gonna purchase this house?
Thank you.
So now you understand what to do with your lump sum of money. When you get in college, you get that financial aid check or that scholarship money or that loan. You're not gonna just sit here.
Contract for that basketball, football, and all of that other type of
stuff.
Stuff.
We're not gonna just be blowing it on material stuff that's not gonna bring us back any money. We try to teach them early on the power of money and how it can be used to benefit you later on, and not just for material things.
I like that. I really do like that.
And last thing, we do marketing, consulting, advertising for businesses around town. Of course, we started off doing event planning, but after doing that for, let's say, a total of about 18 to 19 years, we're taking our 10,000 hours and we applying it to businesses that want advertising. So if anybody is ever in need of any type of service of that statute, please do not be afraid to contact me, and I'll make sure that.
He will make sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure your brand, your vision gets out to the public. I believe in integrity. I believe in doing what you say. So if I take on any responsibility, anybody on my team, we're gonna make sure we treat it like our own. So I apologize if I was a little bit too wordy.
No,
no.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
You gave a full synopsis pretty much of what you got going on, what you've been doing in the last 18 to 20 years, and what you've now accomplished and what you're getting to. And like the 707 Kings, 850 Kings, 850 Kings 707, that's all football.
Yes, well, we're starting off football, but the demand is getting so high that we're gonna eventually be doing our 850 Queens.
Wow. And what does that consist of?
That's gonna basically consist of our young ladies that's involved in sports, academics, entrepreneurship, just another portion of the brand. So we just don't focus on just our males.
Gotcha.
We have queens over here as well, young princesses that we want to develop in the queens. So, stepping stones, you have to, crawl before you walk. So this was the first stage. This is our second year doing it. So everything has been a level up process, and just having patience with it.
How many teams do you all have on it?
707, we had 3 branches of teams. So we have 14U team. We have the 12U team, coached by Coach Brandon Bach and Coach Tyler. We also have the 10U team. So basically what we're trying to do is we want to create a good system of competitive players that want to play the game right and hone on their skills. And since Tallahassee is a football town, but never really has been promoted as such,
we are.
we
really
feel like
are.
We want to try to bring what we can to the mix.
Okay.
I like that.
That's really good, though. That's awesome. And you got that branches in the building. And like you said, eventually get into involving some of the 850 Queens into y'all. That's going to be dope. I'm excited because when I hear 850 Queens, I hear track and field. I hear gymnastics, basketball. Like I see all of those things. I don't automatically go into just basketball and those the normal Americanized popularized sports, softball, but yeah, exactly. Doing things different. I like that.
Even swimming.
All of that. Like, if you represent the brand and you carry yourself as such, I think that it doesn't matter what field you're into. Okay. If you're from the city, if you consider yourself a king or queen, if this brand, you might not even be involved with sports. But if you have that mindset, this would be something that I believe that you wouldn't have any problem getting behind.
Yeah. That sounds good. And how can you and for everybody who again that's just tuning in, we got Mr. Brandon Mickens here of Plush Lifestyle and 850 Kings, 707 Youth Football. That's currently what they're promoting and working on now. And we're gonna let him give some of his key handles so y'all can follow him for one, and two, let them know how they can get him and give him back to your nonprofit.
Okay, so I can be reached on Instagram at PlushLifeMick. My company, along with shout out to Vermont, Alton, Remy, at Plush Lifestyle. You can reach them on Instagram and on Twitter. For the 850 Kings, we can be reached on Facebook at Tallahassee Kings and on Instagram at 850 Kings. And what was the other part of that question with the handles? Donating. Okay. Right now, if you would like to donate to the 850 Kings, you can reach us at 850kings@gmail.com or reach us on Instagram, DM us. We'll give you all the proper information that you'll need so that you can be able to use this as a write-off. And from there, we'll let you know where your money is going or where your money will be going, and you'll be able to see it. So that's where you can go if you would like to donate.
That's wonderful. All right, so we're gonna go into our next topic and get some more, feedback from Mr. Brandon while he's here, and then we got a couple more questions we want to ask him about what they have going on and things of that nature. So our next topic is 40% of America's missing children are African American. Right. In 2018, over 400,000 children were missing. And of those 400,000, 40% were African American. Like
that's a big percentage.
And that's of all races, all cultures. So we probably got like the big percent of children who are missing. Yes, 40%. And in Tallahassee recently there was a group meetup called Melanin Mothers Meet. And Melanin Mothers is an organization that goes around informing single people and children and youth communities about being safe to prevent kidnapping. Now, I automatically almost thought that was some bullshit at first, because I was like, how are we gonna prevent? How you teach to prevent a being kidnapped? However, there are other things that we don't pay attention to that alert kidnappers, that we don't think that would alert kidnappers. And I think we kind of spoke about it on one of our shows about paying attention to our surroundings, things of changing up your route every now and then when you're going home. And they came with resources and information on that. And I think the title is what got me, because we definitely got to focus on the missing children. We definitely got to be informative of what's going on in our communities. And as Queen said earlier, one of the ways that's going to happen is if we're looking out for more kids in our homes. And right. I'm a take a moment this next week, because I got some free time in the next week, to actually do a little bit more information research on melanin. However, that term is being used so frequently now, and it's a targeting term. It's targeting, and I love it. I love that we have melanin in our skin, but we also, there are different forms of it. So again, I'm gonna bring that to one of our shows once I get enough information to talk about that. But you gotta be careful of people who imitate us and use we were just talking about history and our accolades and our things that make us great and a powerful people against us. And I don't know, Melanin Mothers is a group of black women, so I'm fine with that, you know. But the reason why I brought them up anyway because they met in Tallahassee recently, giving resources and information on how to, to avoid anything happening to kids and being more on the lookout. And I just wanted to kind of get some feedback from you all on how do you all think kidnapping took a rise in our community? Why? And I think that's a reason why their term, the name of their is melanin because they're saying that it's more African Americans being kidnapped for our organs, our skin, things of those that formulate the wonderful thickness.
And it's probably always been happening. We just really getting a glimpse of what's really
it's
going on.
It's
news and
social media now that's
but it's probably always been happening.
It hasn't always been broadcast on such a high scale.
Especially when you say melon.
Right.
Like, they
but
ain't really worried about
back in the day, people used to be kidnapped and die, and bodies weren't found 20, 30 years later because they had no ways to find these people before. But now, with so many tracking devices, so many things going on, it's easier, but it's still hard. Mm-hmm. So, what do y'all think about the alarming rate of kidnapping in the black community? Why do y'all think that it has increased?
I have no idea. It's scary. It's very scary. Man. And I think, they probably look more at us that it is a lot of us that's single parents. A lot of us working. A lot of us is working they might be doing that 3D11 shift, which is that swing shift. So we're not paying attention to our surroundings. So that person that the kidnapper, might be sitting outside your house, outside the neighborhood, watching what's going on. Oh, look at this little Katie over there. She be going home every day by herself. Her mom leaves at 3 to go to work and get back at 7 o'clock at night. So, that's one. So, I don't know. It's very scary. I do more research on it and see. But I didn't know that it's that high.
It's alarming.
So very alarming. Even my daughter is in college, and I still be like, girl, text me when you get back to that dorm room if you're gonna be out.
Don't walk with your phone.
It's just walking with your head down and not paying attention to your surroundings. Even us adult women need to be careful because it's they ain't just.
Well, we know that because they're finding grown women bodies and cars at Walmart.
Yeah.
And I think the person that happened to, she was kidnapped, reported missing, and then her body was found in a car at the Tennessee. What do we and I was listening to one of our podcasters, Joe and Pat. They were on their Freedom Train Network show. We're talking about the young lady whose boyfriend strangled her in Fort Worth, Texas, I'm guessing. But and his question was, what are we doing to protect our black women and children? Because if kidnappings are happening by men, and it definitely ain't always black men, but it ain't always white men either. But if it's happening at a higher rate to black women and children, what are we as a community? First of all, we definitely need more men to step up to the plate and start being more. That's why that quote is so important. It's easier to build strong children than to repair men because now you got these broken ass men beating up on, killing these women and leaving them for dead. That's one side of it, which is then in turn leaving fear in the communities of our black women and children. And you got the other side of it where these young people just get snatched up, and it all happens to the black women and children. We're being targeted, but we're not being protected.
I personally feel that the whole thing is systematic. I feel like we've always been the hunted. We've always been hunted. For the longest, it was just to get us off this earth. But as we know, and what we are learning to understand, that we you gonna have to do a lot of killing to get us off this earth. But they only have a limited time on this earth.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, like for example, by 2050, it's gonna be what Steve Stout called the tanning of America, where you're still gonna have the melanin in you, but it's gonna be a decline in other races. And I believe that, for example, some of the wicked, I'm not gonna say all, but some of the wicked Anglo-Saxons that we may have, and those who are in it for money, they see us as the richest. They see our melanin as the richest. They see our women as the richest. They see our black men as the richest, but they also fear us. So I believe systematically, the reason why it's 40% missing kids and missing women is because they understand that a lot of our black men right now are locked up, separated from the mother and the child, so they can't be in the house.
And how that happened?
Right.
How that happened? Yep. That's systematic thing
That's
for all
all
that.
Systematic. They choosing a lifestyle that may not be fully conducive to how the universal laws tell you. And so now you're right, no structure, and you have a lot of men that are not stepping up to the plate, and for whatever reason, whether they can't afford to have guns to bear arms to protect their kids, or the state won't allow you to be in the same household as this person because your mother can't receive a certain amount of. It's a lot of factors to it, so you can't just one right. But what we do know is that it's seriously going on, and 40% out of 100% is a big percentage when you're talking about multiple races in America. That just basically shows that we are the focus point.
When you have a full society grooming men to be women, you have a less chance of having black men protect women anyway, because now these black men want to be women. So it's so many societal measures that are demising on our race. Because they're attacking our race. If people haven't figured this out yet, there has always been an attack on the black people, and it's conducive to the point where now we're used to it. We don't even it's just like the constant killings that was the multiple killings. What happened to that now?
It's almost like it's not normalized.
Exactly. You get numb to it to the point where now when things are going on with us as a people, we don't even shudder anymore.
Because it's like, this it's going on so much that we have gotten used to it.
We just like,
a black man is being shot. They're not gonna
do nothing about it.
Okay, so
another unarmed kid that, like, even with the 6-year-old child in Orlando had a tantrum in her classroom and got arrested.
That broke my heart, and I can feel that child.
But we talking about a tantrum.
A tantrum.
But this is what we have to start preparing. This is what we have to start telling our kids, that they can't even. We are dehumanizing us as a people so much. So we have to now teach our kids that even if somebody hurt you, you got to shut the fuck up until you get home.
And that ain't real.
How's that? But it's our fault though, because we as a culture have allowed the enemy to raise our children. And now we want the enemy to save our children too.
But before I even get to that, how does it get to that level where where the police is involved? Wait,
no teacher, nobody.
No principal, no gym teacher, no assistant. Nobody can control this young girl.
A 6-year-old.
But you had to go call law enforcement.
Take her away in handcuffs, put her in the back of a police car, and give her a record. And your response was, "This is the youngest child I ever arrested. I broke her." This is what I'm saying. This is what we have been conduced to as a people, because we've allowed so much to continue to happen to us to where we're numb to it, instead of us. And that's why I can't keep saying we gotta collectively come together if there's not a mission once we collectively come together. What's gonna happen? What's the blueprint once we sit at that table, y'all there?
Right.
What action we gonna take? What action gonna take place?
It's scary. It's scary.
She was yelling at the top of her lungs, crying hysterically. Please don't take me to jail. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to.
And so imagine the trauma.
So the trauma.
Imagine the trauma that she's gonna deal with
for the rest of her life.
And this is what that's a baby. I don't care. I mean, she literally 2-3 years ago stopped sweating herself.
She still
it's not right.
Out what she's upset about. Like this is.
It was hate. It was definitely hate. It was definitely hate.
All of it. I know I did. My daughter did. Like,
who doesn't?
Yeah, but when they get to a certain level, a certain grade, and a certain age, those tantrums they just
even if they were having a tantrum even if a child reacted at the age of 10, you don't call the authority. You put a child in a corner. You put a child in timeout. You do this. You do that. You specifically
need to control that child.
You know what? They don't even know what that baby woke up to in that morning.
Did anybody call the child's parents?
No.
They did not call. I think her grandmother.
Man, that was as we have said, these are systematic things. We have started seeing, they had it on a news article 2 years ago that Texas was going to be the first state that started arresting of kindergartners if they acted violently in a classroom. The school to prison pipeline has been formulated.
Oh, it's here.
So if we don't stop thinking that this is not going to be a problem, this is just for today, it'll go away tomorrow. I'm still gonna have to do this. I gotta work. I gotta do something to protect my family. You ain't gonna have no family to protect.
Same thing like
this is getting ridiculous.
I don't know. Everybody don't know if it was Photoshop. Was the white boy really with the gun pointed at the black girl?
Don't even matter. It was Photoshop or not. He deserved that. Whoever it was deserved that felony.
Yes.
And he needs to be charged with a hate crime.
Exactly.
Straight up.
It's ridiculous. The things that we have to go through as a people is becoming the wicked has never left. We've always had to deal with this. It's not anything new. But it's the ways that they're doing it now. It's way more prevalent. What we gonna do when we sit at that table? That's what I just want to know. I'm trying to get that way because I'm ready to sit down, and I just don't want to keep talking to them
that hard.
Like I don't want to have more discussions just about what we need to do. I need to know what we're gonna do. Because that's some wicked, hateful, disgusting, intolerable, irrational. It just don't make sense.
And see, my kids, dad is from here. So one of his little nieces, she actually posted, like, really, like, we doing this again back down here? She was like, now, if we start these riots down here, what y'all gonna say then?
Right.
So, and this was some child that they knew, and they posted, oh, that's such and such child. Like, she don't play. I was like, they really like?
The dude that, the young man that had the gun pointed at him, one of his coaches, Devin Rivers, was telling me this dude was
top student.
Yeah, top student, like a 4.35 student. You know?
Hate. That was pure wicked hate. And then why? What you mean you got him? What you mean you got him? Like you put this. It's too much. This is what our kids have to do, y'all. And that's why our parents raised us off survival. Because they already knew that we had to be strong to go and face the things we're going to face. The kids now can't be raised on survival because they go, the kids, they act first. It ain't no mindset to sit there and think about what I'm going to do first. They're going to act first. So if we raise them on survival, all our kids will be locked up right now. Because chances are they're not going to take half of the shit we took, just like we're not going to take half of the stuff our parents took. So it is what it is. My kid don't play. My kid don't sit up and our kids pick people to us, yell, raise your voice. The first while it's going on, she texted me, Mom.
This is what's going on.
This is what's happening, Mom. She might dial me and give me his head. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
really, that's the best bet.
Yeah.
value and just listen.
Because for one, I know my kid and I know the emotions that she have, and then you can step on her emotions, and then all of a sudden she get wrong because and now she and arrested like a baby was today. It's ridiculous. Can't. This has to stop. It has to stop. B. We don't get out of here until we find out anything else we need to know about what's going on with Mr. Brandon.
What's going on with Flush?
Yeah, what's going on with Flush? What y'all gonna be doing? We know that you guys aren't probably gonna be doing much as I can't say promo because it wasn't just promo. Y'all did a lot.
Parties and stuff, the day party.
So much.
Yeah,
are y'all still doing that?
Yeah, we usually take this part of the year to regroup, get our players
set for summer and all that.
Yeah, set.
Because y'all go summer straight to fall.
All the way to the new year.
Yeah.
So once we go in, we go in. The events, we'll still be doing it. Me personally, I want to get into some more classy events, some art shows with some nice little R&B and some
nice little vibe.
just a vibe,
grown-up vibe.
A grown-up vibe.
We are pushing for it.
Right, and so the parties are cool. I enjoy the parties, but I think that our age group, we deserve a little bit better, and as the city grows, all right, I would like to try to do my part to try to find the best venues to showcase some of our events, team up with some of the best event planners and promoters to, try to give people what they want. Because one thing about it, I think we built our brand on a level of classiness with our events.
It is. I've been with you for a long time.
Yeah, I feel like
a nice event.
We take our time.
Homecoming, baby.
Shout out to our partners, Attorney Ekbar, Attorney Charles G, Attorney Girl.
That is a nice.
That girl party is a thing.
Yeah, the live band thing when y'all had it out there in front of Atlas Hockey Law Firm. Oh, that man.
Open bar.
The open bar, live band.
Yeah.
Even with the DJ, but the whole live band experience was just. I'm like, this is my vibe. I feel like this is.
They put on good shows.
Good event. Good. And both of them just playing off each other. The DJ playing off the band off the DJ. It was just an awesome vibe. But y'all always have nice parties.
Appreciate that.
Always. Even the day parties.
Now I enjoy the day party. That's nice. You get to see all our beautiful queens step out, feeling good, feeling right, and enjoying ourselves. Another thing that I want to focus on in regards to Flush, I want to build a brand outside of the city. I think we've been going strong for about 15, 16 years with the brand itself, and a lot of people have reached out to me personally about how can we get a Flush Houston, how can we get a Flush LA, how can we get a Flush Atlanta, Flush Flush Tampa. So interesting parties or interesting people that want to coincide, want to invest. We have something you can take our platform and create your own thing in your own city. You take the majority of the money. We just want a percentage
for the brand.
Yeah,
I like that.
So that way we not
so
trying to.
So you do it almost like a franchise, but they can still have the range of how they operate. They just gotta, because of their being a part of your franchise, they gotta pay it to it.
Yeah. And it's
you'll have your set of rules and everything.
Right. We want the entrepreneurs in other cities and other towns to make their money. They do it. But my main thing is expanding the brand. I wanted to be a household name. And the last thing I want to focus on is the merchandise aspect of Flush. So, we were supposed to be teaming up. I haven't got. I want to get my lip gloss, my Flush lip gloss for my ladies. You know what I'm saying? The t-shirts, the sweatpants. Just tap into the whole life, because when I originally created Flush, I didn't want it to just focus on events. I wanted that to be
you want
one
to be
stage.
A big market.
Right. When I think of plush, I think of things like polo.
Right.
Yes.
Where you have different items of the lifestyle.
Yes.
You know, so
that's what it's about.
Those are some of the things that I want to tap into. You know, me personally.
Put it all right in the atmosphere. So it's
in the atmosphere.
It's already out there. It's gonna manifest. It's gonna manifest.
Believe that.
Yes, plush.
I love that. I'm excited just to hear about just first of all, hear that you expounded on different things. I don't know. People, I think when people hear people doing new things, they automatically just assume, oh, they ain't doing this no more. They ain't doing this no more. They ain't doing this. But it's not. I'm not doing that. I'm building upon what I've already developed on. I know when I started off with the bistro, I never thought that I would take the bistro to just from catering to want to do cooking classes, and from cooking classes to doing events, and going from events to now doing my podcast like this. I've never ever thought that I would do the podcast. I've always been someone who was sought for advice, just to be around, being a pleasurable person and bringing personality to things. So I was like, okay, podcast would be good.
Yeah.
But then to do it on my own level and then say, okay, now I want to expand to bring somebody in here now. So I knew that I didn't just belong with just this small subset of things.
Right.
So, and going into this year, I felt like, okay, this has to be a year of like multitude of bringing in the things that I never forethought doing, but it's happening because of what I'm doing.
Right.
If that's understandable.
I totally get it. And I mean, that's the whole brand extension. You started out with Shelby's Bistro. Your product was good. How you presented it to the customer, your integrity.
Yes.
That right there, you can put a price on. Right there, that allows you to take it to another level. And I don't think sometimes there's some people will have to focus on that, but I consider myself a modern day 850 Renaissance
from
man.
a black male's perspective,
So,
but also
with that being said, I don't want to be confined in just one box of doing one thing. You know, I don't want to just be known as a jack of all trades and a master of none. So I take my time and I put my hours in, whatever I got my focus into. But I don't want to just be known as a dude that just do parties.
Exactly.
That part.
Because that's not all you're known for. Like you've been in that anyway.
Right.
So if you, I definitely don't think you're limited when you guys were doing promotionals and event planning, because the level of what you were doing, the places you were doing it at, you didn't see a whole lot of young black people going into those realms. They did not step outside their lanes to do the things that they wanted to do. However, it was much more different for you guys. I going to the Brogan Museum. Like you guys were some of the first people to ever read out the Brogan Museum. They even closed down. Like nobody did events there. People were just going there to do things. But now, okay, we need to see what we can do to make some other money. And they opened that door up to you guys, and it brought in a whole different level of events. Yeah. So the networking, the opportunities you guys brought here, doing things with WCW, working with the Plush Girls. Y'all had so much, the branding, you guys had so many different, from that one tree, so many different branches falling off that made a whole lot of monetary gain, monetary sense, and made a lot of monetary connection. So proud.
I appreciate that. It's a lot of things. I like to say this. We influence a lot of things in this city. Now, people may not want to give us that credit or not. It's cool. I ain't tripping on it because what's understood that had to be said.
Exactly.
I'm a humble being, but yeah, man, like that was our whole mindset when we did it. Like my whole thing is, I don't want to be in a position where I have somebody dictate how I live.
Come on.
So I'm a firm believer of entrepreneurship. I know it's not for everybody. Everybody might not have that threshold of guts
to step out
to
there
know,
take that risk.
To take that risk to know.
It's a risk.
Yeah.
It's a risk.
And those days where everybody balling and stuff, you have to sit home and be frugal with your money because you got something that you're trying to do. And so, I consider myself a hunter in that regard.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like moving forward in the city, I think we're in a great place. I think if people pay attention to the climate of the city, it's for the taking. I feel like it's a great opportunity.
That article you posted some weeks ago.
Yeah.
That I always refer back to is in the next 5 to 10 years, Black entrepreneurship here in Tallahassee is going to expand.
It's
like
going to be booming.
It's going to be booming. Y'all better get ready. You posted the
Yeah.
article some
We was
years
just
ago.
talking about the plush girls. Hey, Ayla. Hey, girl.
You was posted that.
You guys, the mark here has been good. I think that, like you said, people may not want to give you credit for what you all started here, but you guys laid a foundation.
Yes.
And don't ever, regardless of what may happen from that foundation, a full threshold of a foundation was created for the next generation of event planners and promoters and young Black kings, queens to come through here and do their thing. So wonderful. Kudos to that.
Yes.
Before you even say that,
okay.
I gotta ask one more thing though, because we talked about all of the things you got going on, but you have not talked about this consignment shop.
You talking about Frankie?
Yes.
Tell the people about this.
So my dad and I, we decided to go into business about 2 or 3 years ago. He had a vision of opening up a store in a boutique. So it's called Frankie and Johnny's Boutique. It's right next to the Urban League on Tennessee Street. And also we just expanded the other side of the building where we just put up a game room. So we have food tables in there. It's gonna be a place where you can come, have drinks, get like food, little nothing made, no big dinners or whatnot. Which I might have to have a conversation with you a little bit later on.
Finger food.
Yeah, but just something
I
on that side of town. Cause
when does the expansion happen?
Well, we already have the food table is in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got some more work to do on the inside, but by summer we should have it. I think that'll be good for that side of town because people know that side of town somewhat a blighted area, and they don't think that real business could take place other than with the Arabs or whatnot. But we have, it's building up, and
look, Macomb Street,
baby,
like
that's one of listen, that's part of the city that we need to focus on.
Yeah,
history. And to tap into that, we need to stop being so reactive. We need to be proactive. Like Attorney Akbar mentioned this a few years ago about what they were gonna do the French time before they did it, and how we need to buy our homes. Yeah. And then once it got done, everybody
what they're doing right now with Orange.
Right. So if you see the writing on the wall,
already in advance.
If you see the writing on the wall, go buy them shotgun houses. Make that a project instead of getting your income tax money or whatever. Fix it up. Either put it out the rent or resell it, or hold it and resell it because they're about to do development on that whole south side. And if you know better, you'll do better.
Don't sell it. Keep it. Land, whoever owns property in the next 10 years is going to be very wealthy and very valuable to the community. So whoever owns property, do not sell your property.
It's rich land over there. They want you to know it's a reason why. I always say that. If they want you gone, it's a reason why.
A lot of them sold, but a lot of the people that's over there, their kids the ones sold property. So they died. Also, the kids don't live there. They want the money, not really thinking about long term. Like, look, only thing down there is the 2 barbershops. I think that's the only little plaza that they're gonna actually let stay down. Because they would not sell. They would not sell at all. So
and they're not wrong.
And they're not wrong. And I don't blame them because that look, it's so much history down there on Macomb Street.
Yeah.
Old Babies, man. People don't even realize the history down there. I have a young lady that worked with me, and I can't even remember her dad's. Her dad had a little club years ago. She knew about it, but didn't even know the history. One of my patients' daughter went online, looked it up, and printed out all the history. And gave it to her. She was like, "This is your family history. What a white lady did for this black. It's your family history. You need to know this. This is what you need to be telling your boy." But she just knew about it, but she didn't know the history, like B.B. King came and stayed, talking
that's Ray because Charles back then our families had all
One of that effect. That was one of the places that they started with segregation and the marches and all of that was hard. But she didn't know.
Yeah.
She didn't know.
Back in the day, our families used our black people used to have houses for traveling musicians because they could not stay in hotels. You know, all the segregation still going on. So a lot of our black people who had houses and homes that they can open up, they open those homes up to them and either just charge them a fee for like to feed them, or but they house them because of the fact that they knew who, you know, the greatness of what they are and that this is a legacy. This is at some point these people gonna say that they stayed at my house. You know what I'm saying? Just think about
the history of black book.
Yeah. The green book.
The green book.
Yeah.
Where
you can go eat.
Yeah. You can go over here to Miss Katie's house, so she gonna feed you when you down here in Greensboro or something like that. So man, look.
It's the reason why it's a reason why we're the most copied race and culture in this country because we are a great species. Race of people. I swear to God.
We know how to.
I'm excited for what the rest of this year gonna bring. Before we get out of here, we got some closing remarks. Of course, we always do. But I definitely want to let y'all know and give y'all a wonderful reminder of our live podcast, March 7th, 6 p.m. Doors open at 5 o'clock, 5:30, one of those times. It will be in Twin Oaks apartment in Southwood in the clubhouse though.
Nice. We're from the public, so Capital Struggle is right.
Yeah, y'all listen. If you got an iPhone, just
you got that GPS.
You can put your GPS in, but just what I think y'all people with iPhones can hit the place and say send my location. Do it that way. You can get that easy. But that's gonna be wonderful. We got some really good entertainment for that. It was a real nice live show. If you can't catch us live, you can always catch our rewind, our playback, which we will have on our wonderful website, radio.com. But if you could be in the building, it's best to be in the building. We'll probably be going live from our pages personally, but the real video footage will be the best thing to gather to have. Because it's gonna be real dope. And then of course we got a lot of other things going on coming up in March. We'll talk about that on our first show in the month. But we got March gonna be lit. March is a real situation.
Yeah. Celebrating his birthday.
I'm telling you. And then with all that, we got a new shop, we got a new location for where we're gonna be filming Shelby's World. And then Jesu Couture is the location. Then we got, of course, you know, it's my birthday. But we got our podcast, we got a couple more live interviews. She has the she's good. She has the She's Good conference.
Baby, this is about to be awesome. That's the same weekend as the live podcast.
Yes.
So
and that same weekend as the live podcast, we're gonna start our birthday celebrate on March 8th at the Social Lounge. So pop through if you want to come. So we might do a live show up in there. You never know. You never know. We start feeling good up in there. We might do a live show, but March gonna be a nice month.
Pop up shop at the end of March. So it's
yes, at the new location. We got a lot going on. It's gonna be exciting. Thank you, B.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
What you got going on? Anything you want to tell us about this month?
Next month we have the
not February, but
March. We'll be getting up for the affordable house. I don't really have much, man. I'm just proud of you all. I'm thankful to be on this podcast. I know this is gonna be a big thing in the city, in the South, the nation. I think it's gonna pick up organically. I think the more people that you are on there speaking about what they have going on, I think that's gonna create a viral campaign. And I believe that you're gonna have an influx of people that want to be on the show. I believe you're gonna have an influx of viewers moving forward. So
speak it, B.
You know,
speak that power all over here. I love it. I receive it.
Straight up.
I swallow everything that you just said. It ain't going one in out the other. It's stuck.
Yeah, straight up. And what I want to say earlier.
Yeah,
we influence some people, but I'll be green to not speak about the people who influence us. and gave
Yes.
us opportunity. So I want to first give a shout out to Alfonso Greg for allowing us to do advertising and marketing for his all black he used to have at the Ramada Inn. That was our first time doing events.
So lit before the word lit even was said. It was used to be so lit.
Ayla Master behind the scenes with blood. She was definitely the glue to a lot of situations, a lot of
my girl be moving, she be moving.
Business. And I want to give a shout out to Delane Adams for introducing us to this life. But lastly, man, I just want to give a big shout out to the city, man. Like everybody from Lake Jackson to South City to Home Street to Mason Street, Lewis, and surrounding areas. You know, Woodville, Quincy, Monticello, Perry. Like it's about us. It's about the city. So if nothing else, we should be able to support everything that's going on within that city.
That's right.
I guarantee you, if we do that, blessings gonna come through, and a lot of blessings is gonna be reciprocated. Yeah. So
you can't do nothing without the city behind you.
Yeah, straight up. So I believe that if we all at the time to kind of like look out for one another, kind of veer away from happiness, you know what I'm saying, and just focus on what we need to do, be willing to help each other collectively, we can put ourselves on the map like any big metropolitan city that everybody is screaming.
We don't have to move.
Right.
We won't have to move to go.
That was big. We appreciate that, Brandon. Brandon he dropped so many jewels today, y'all. So if you did not catch the whole show today, make sure you download it from freedomtrainradio.com. It'll be uploaded later this evening. Make sure you guys tune in every Wednesday at 4:30. Most times 4:30. Next Wednesday, maybe the last time we go live at 4:30 because my new circumstances make me have to come here later now to start the show. So
big thanks.
We got some
Shelby.
But because of those that we're gonna probably start filming a little later on, but nothing else is going to change. We're gonna make sure that we give y'all full throttle motivational, encouraging words weekly. Because if it's not, if you don't hear anything positive, you won't do anything positive. So with that being said, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for checking us out. Queen Candace, Brandon, and Shell. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Keep it plush.
Yes.
Bye.
Hey,
boy, I think this is